I will not mention my name, but I'm from the Communist League of Uganda. I will first of all state that World War III is already ongoing. When we go back to history, the major event that ignited the Second World War was the Nazis' aggression, expansionist tendencies. They invaded Austria, Czechoslovakia, and Poland. And today, we see the same thing. The USA invading Iran, bombing their supreme leader, Israel's invasions on Palestine that are actually unquestioned, US's invasion on Venezuela. This already expresses a world war. There isn't any difference between Trump and Hitler. And there isn't any difference between Macron and Mussolini. These are, when you compare the difference in the similarity. When Africa was shared at the Berlin Conference, actually I would refer to that as the First World War, because that was a series of invasions, expansions, occupations on the side of the colonialists. And on the side of the Africans, it was resistance, death, and loss. But it wasn't referred to as a world war. Today, when the imperialists occupy the Sahel states, it isn't a war. France wants to occupy Kenya, and it isn't a war. Comrades, to us, the anti-imperialist platform, this is a war. The US has provided over billions in military aid to Israel since 2023, used to level entire residential blocks in Gaza. Over 35,000 Palestinians have been killed, hospitals systematically destroyed, and millions starved. So these are Netanyahu's unquestioned genocide actions. The US and Israel have repeatedly prepared open strikes on Iran's nuclear sites, threatening Iran's sovereignty. Let it be noted, comrades, that Iran has a duty to protect its sovereignty by fighting back. This is a major trigger towards World War III. The capture of Nicolas Maduro and Syria Flores undermined Venezuela's sovereignty. Their goal is to install a puppet regime that hands over state oil companies to the US imperialist government. I will also surround my submission around imperialism and France's aggression in the Sahel region and all out Africa. In a sense, imperialism itself is the worst evil. You cannot milk a cow without giving it grass. And that's the face of imperialism in summary. Kwame Nkrumah stated that neocolonialism is the last stage of imperialism. He argued that while direct colonialism was ending, Western powers are maintaining control through economic manipulation, financial dependence, and sometimes military force. What does this elaborate, comrades? That colonialism is actually indeed still alive. Africa only received independence of flags and presidents, but in actual sense, it's still under colonialism, and that is neo-colonialism. So independence is where there is independent decision making. The major aspect that would elaborate independence is sovereignty. Sovereignty is where one has full decision-making, policy-making, economic control, and so on. But in Africa today, and not only Africa, we see the imperialists having so much interest. Not only interest, but full presence in the global south. That is decision-making, monopoly over everything. It's only with the advancements and awareness of the anti-imperialism platform that this sovereignty and proper independence at large can be achieved. Now let's come to East Africa. Now, In 2025, there was a defense cooperation agreement between Kenya and France, as you all know. Depending on the recent developments in the Sahel region, we see that France established some military bases in the region. Now, when you weigh the agreements and pacts and dealings with Kenya at the time, you can just tell that the difference is the similarity. France wants to establish military bases in Kenya. It wants to take charge of decision making in Kenya. It wants to exploit the resources and labor in Kenya. In simple terms, France wants to rape Kenya. We strongly condemn this, and as the anti-imperialist platform, we revise the sovereignty of Kenya, and we condemn the comprador rule of Ruto and his government. And as the anti-imperialist platform, united and all our progressive forces, we shall overcome. Down with imperialism, down. Down with imperialism, down. Long live